Assalamu alaikum to everyone, especially my students. I am Peer Mohammed Iqbal, lecturer Commerce, BHSS Vilgam. Our today's topic is global enterprise or multinational companies. It is the lesson of 11th class business studies. My dear students, so far we have studied so many forms of organization, sole proprietorship, partnership, joint Hindu family business, company form of business. Now, it is the ultimate form of the business, having a large size, as it is obvious from the name of or the title of this lesson, that global enterprise. Such an enterprise which is running all over the globe, or multinational companies. Here means multinational. There is no limit to the number of countries. When we say multinational, means such companies which are running in more than one country, and there is no the ultimate limit. Dear students, in today's lesson we may try to understand about what these multinational companies or these global enterprises are. A company which has operations in more than one country. In simple words, we may say it is such a country, a global country or a multinational company is such a company which has its operations or which runs its business in more than one country. And we see that in the case of multinational companies or global enterprises, these enterprises have their registered office in one country, where from it controls the business or manages the business or make the rules, regulations, guidelines for their business. And such a country where their registered office is located is known as home country. And the other countries in which these companies or enterprises are running their business operations are known as the host companies, host countries rather. So we see that the control production and marketing with such companies control production and marketing facilities in more than one country. We see that in the present day world there are so many companies. Dear students, to make you more and more clear about the global enterprises or the multinational companies, we may cite a few examples. Coca-Cola is there, Pepsi is there, or we see that Hero Honda is there, Maruti Suzuki is there. The Pepsi has its headquarters in New York, in USA, in New York, in America, and it runs its business in the numerous countries of the world. It is widely used in the world. We say that America is its home country and the countries in which this business of Coca-Cola is this rather Pepsi is being carried out are known as the host countries. My dear students, now we may study the definition of this multinational companies or global enterprise as is given by the UNO or United Nations organization. It says that enterprise which own or control production or services. It says that enterprise which own or control production or service facilities outside the country in which they are based. So according to UNO, such enterprises which own or control the production of goods are providing service facilities to the people, to the inhabitants of those countries outside the country in which they are based. Means outside the home countries, in which these are such enterprises or these are such companies which control the production facilities or service facilities outside the country in which their headquarters or their registered offices are being located. This definition has been given by the United Nations organization by United Nations organization or UNO about these global or multinational companies. Dear students, these companies or these organizations, enterprises have their own features. By analyzing the definition, we may come to the following features of these multinational companies or global organizations. Number one feature is that operations in several countries. As you know that in the meaning of these organizations are as given in the definition by UNO, we have understood that or we read that these companies run their operations, do their activities or produce their products or provide their facilities in several countries. We mean to say more than one countries or so many countries as the case may be. This is the first feature of such enterprises or companies. Number two is giant size. Naturally, we see if a company is carrying its operations in one country, the another company which is carrying its operations in two countries would be naturally large in size. Same is the case of those countries which carry their operations or provide their services to the various nations. The more countries they include in their operations, the more is the size of the country. So we can say that compared to the other countries or single national countries, these multinational or the global organizations are very huge in size. They are very large in size. They are providing their services or their products to a large chunk of population throughout the world. Number third feature is centralized management. Again, by analyzing the definition, that there is the home country in which the headquarters or the registered office of the company is located. All the policies, procedures, plans, orders, decrees are being given from that particular country to the host countries where the operations of such companies are being carried out. So management is centralized. It is in the home country, where from it is uh, supplied, or where from it is communicated to what we can say the host countries where the operations are going on. Number fourth is professional management. Naturally, we see that these companies uh, are of a high profile, these are of giant size. Again, these are the sophisticated companies which have uh, efficient technological facilities, experienced human resources, again, the large capital facilities. Naturally, these companies have the professional management, the people who are skilled in running the business operations. A layman cannot serve in such countries. So we can say that there is one. This is one of the features of such companies, that these companies can be carried out only by the people who are the professionals in the business, who are very trained and experienced people, because they have to expose themselves to new people, strange nations. There they have to impress those people by their capabilities, by their expertise, and above all, we can say motivation facilities. So it needs professionalism in the management, which is there in these companies. Number fifth is dominate markets. Naturally, we see when the goods of a foreign country are being sold in a particular country, the people there they generally like to purchase the goods of the foreign, because these are the strange for the people, or these are new, innovative things for the people. As a result, these global organizations or global enterprises or multinational companies attract much people, much customers in the world markets, and it is rightly said that these companies dominate the markets in the world. International markets are flooded with the products of these companies, and they have a good amount of demand there. Last one is international market. Dear students, we have already written in our topic, rather, global enterprise. Globe is the whole world. So these global enterprises or multinational companies have an international market, means a company doing producing goods in its own borders, it sells them outside their four outside the four walls of its country, or not only one country but so many countries outside their own borders. So it is rightly said that these companies have international markets. They expose their products or their services to the markets throughout the globe. That is why these companies are known as global uh, enterprises or multinational companies. Dear students, uh, uh, I think in today's topic it is enough for you. Inshallah, see you in the next lesson. Till then, goodbye.